What's up, guys? My name is Ted Darklaw, and with me, as always, is the Black Knight. We are the co-owners of HelloDopeToys.com, where you can go buy Ken figures and whatnots. And this show is Hella Dope. Aaron, how the hell are you doing?
Doing hella good, my friend.
Ooh, so are you gonna keep on dancing?
Oh yeah, all day, man. The party is everywhere,
Yeah,
including in my pants.
in your pants, where it should be.
Oh yeah. But yeah, um, didn't do anything. pretty lax Sunday today. So we watched YouTubes and we watched some Avengers and yeah.
That sounds nice. I'm looking forward to some relaxed Sundays in the future. That sounds
Me
quite
too.
nice.
I don't know when that's gonna happen though.
Yeah.
So how the hell are you doing, man?
It's been a like the longest week ever. Like I've just been counting down, and I just want it to be done. But tomorrow's the last day, and effective Tuesday, I'm a full-time Hella Dope employee.
Yay.
And then like after a week, I'll have a part-time job and still be a full-time Hella Dope employee, and we'll see if we can kick this thing into gear here.
We offer no benefits, by the way. So,
oh, trust me, I know. I wouldn't have it any other way. Benefits? This ain't a charity, boy.
No charity here. No free handouts, just plain old working.
You need to see a doctor? I got a buddy in the back alley. He'll fix you right up. That's going to be me as an employer.
I forgot to tell you, we're firing you on Tuesday.
Oh, shit. This is really awkward. Oof.
Yep.
Ooh.
Sorry, buddy. The letter's in the mail. You'll get it eventually.
Excellent. Shipped from my own home.
Yep.
Pretty
much.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should be feeling some type of way, but I just want to get through tomorrow and yeah, see if we got what it takes. I got a lot of projects. Oh my god. Like the whole week that I'm off, the whole week's already fucking shot because we got to redo this whole basement. So hopefully by this time next week, there's going to be a brand new studio layout. And then, got meetings, got Moss Man videos. It feels like I have nothing but time, but I've booked every second of it.
That's good because I am not.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be doing the things.
Doing the things
at the place that does the things.
Well, that sounds awful.
It
sounds absolutely awful.
Well, enough of that, there, Sir Tedward. Let's just get right down to the nitty gritty because we've beat around the bush for 6 minutes and 10 seconds. And let's just figure it out now. What are you sipping on?
Oh, yeah.
You just hit right to it,
Aaron, I'm glad you asked because of my trusty Hella Dope mug. Today, I'm sipping on a strawberry acai lemonade, I guess.
You're sipping on strawberry ass, but you're sorry?
What? No, it's some fancy Starbucks drink that my daughter drinks. I didn't believe it was a real word at first. Like acai, what kind of word is that? What kind of word is that? But yeah, I have that because I gotta be up at 4 a.m. And then I'm a trusty Saratoga. So let me ask you, what are you sipping on?
Oh, well, we don't change it up today. It's still the good old strawberry spikes still reserved, man. Yep. I did have some Kool-Aid earlier though.
Delicious. What kind?
I think it was pink lemonade.
I'm a black cherry guy.
I mean, I'm down for all of them, but that's just what was in the refrigerator.
Remember back in the hood days where we were like Kool-Aid chefs, and we would sample it from the ladle to see if there was the proper amount of sugar in there.
And that's how it should be done.
Those were good days.
Like if you're not pre-sampling your Kool-Aid before you put it in the refrigerator, are you actually making Kool-Aid?
Yeah, you're just drinking gross water. Like, exactly. What's wrong with you? Sample your Kool-Aid, friends.
That's right.
I want to just address one thing real quick. Chris, your label is run. It's going out tomorrow, and Saratoga rules. Sorry, I saw the message, and yeah, it is packed and shipped. And yeah, let's say what's up to the chat.
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
Sure. And of course, we start off with our good friend Rollkeeper. Hella dopers. Watching this is chat NXT Battleground. I'm giving myself ADD. I also have NXT Battleground going on over there, and the NBA Finals going on over there. Well, it's not on yet. My screen's like acting stupid, so I gotta mess with that in a minute. But I'm also multitasking Rollkeeper, and I'm about to eat dinner because that's just what I do.
You've had all day.
Well, the wife had to work, and holy shit, like a half a plate. 1 second.
Okay,
you handle that real quick.
Okay, I'll handle the chat. Where the fuck were we? We got Cutthroat once again. Show much love to hella dope bro dudes. That is us. Thank you. Robert's Infinite Realms says round 2. Fight. Hey, hella dope, and 2-hour chat bros and jelly time. That, I guess, is us. Like, I guess we fall under the category. Damn. James Lucas, he says, yo, 2-hour dope bros. See, I like that one better. Fatrid. Oh, Fatrid. He says, buenos noches. And Aaron, I know you're listening in the background behind the curtain there.
I do. I actually thought that said nachos for a minute, and that actually sounded really good for a minute.
Good. Not you had a fucking plate of food in your face. You're like, "Ooh, nachos sound good."
But I saw the nachos thing before the plate of food came, so really that doesn't matter.
So I want to speak on Fatrid and his purchase of the Joy Toy, because he had bought the Joy Toy. Not only had he bought the Joy Toy, but like he was like, "Hey, when's this Joy Toy coming? And so when I went to pack the orders, I was like, man, he must have ordered all of them. And I was like, well, shit, he only ordered one. I was like, he really wanted this figure really badly. And then I found out that he actually bought the figure to turn it into a custom of his grandfather as a gift to his father. And I was like, oh, well, that's cute. Look at that. No wonder he was fucking up all the time about, where's my fucking Joy Toy? I need. So I think that's a really cool thing to do, and I hope it turns out well. The Titan says, hail to the hella dope duo. Yes. It's us. Thomas goes nostalgic. Oh, I like that name. Happy Sunday, gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Happy Sunday to you. Thor Anacostia. Like I said, dude, keep the funny cartoon avatars. I love it. Well, the artwork for our YouTube thumbnail was done by the famous Quentin J. Bedwell, professional artist. You might know his work more recently from all the Diaper Island baby images running around. But he is also the artist of Action Farce, amongst many other things. So if you are not hip
and
to...
also he did the cards for Action Force.
Oh yes, he does the card art for Action. Oh, I knew I was forgetting something there. Thank you, Aaron. So if you're not familiar with Quentin J. Bedwell, go get hip to that. The Find My Figures ladies are here. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. It's always good to see y'all. Is Tedward late again? I'm not late. I've been here since like 8:30. 8:30 since I've been here. Ken's Toys. Hello, guys and gals. Hello there. Find My Figure says, love the avatars, gentlemen. They are awesome. Thank you so much. We love them. I told Quentin as soon as I saw it, I was like, I look like I'm in a newspaper. I'm like one of them newspaper arts. Trust a Screamer. True Star Screamer. Hit that like button. Please do that, y'all. And now I'm super behind on chats and did not unstar any of these. So one moment as I endlessly tap a button here, because I'm not good at this. Wow.
See, it's not that easy, is it?
This is why I don't do this alone. Man, the chat blew up too. Shit, dude, you could at least push a button while you're shoving your face. We're joined by Articulated Ninja Reviews. Ninja, what's up, buddy? Says 2 hour Dope Bros is gold, and I fucking love that. Love that. And then we also have Kato. Kato's Collection Reviews. He says, yo, hella dope fiends. And look, you know, we were talking about Quentin. We got two people, two characters in the Action Farce comic hanging out in our chat, and that's pretty cool. And then Fatred's following up. He says he will keep us posted on that. And also, thank you for that video that you sent us. I'm going to clip that later and do something with it, because I did not realize you had it unlisted. I was going to share the hell out of it, but Ninja also says those avatars by Bedwell are so damn amazing. They are. Go get some work done by the man, Quentin J. Bedwell. Love that guy. And I'm just scrolling through this chat, guys. We also have Realm of Toys here. Frankie Baby, what is up? And then the Mrs. Black Knight, she says, good evening, hella dope. Happy Sunday fun day. That is today. We have our moderator, Axiom Figs. Says, hey, 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 happy hella dope day. And yeah, so we do have a guest tonight. He got a little caught up doing car work, and he sent a picture, and he's like, yeah, I'll be like 20 minutes. And I was looking at that picture, and I was like, I don't think he's gonna really be 20 minutes. So he's jamming a piece into his car or something. I don't know. And then he will be joining us shortly, but we're gonna be hanging out tonight once again with Duarte Studios, because, you know, he released that Ryu Dio not too long ago, just a few months ago, daytime and nighttime. And he was on our show kind of at the end of his Ryu tour. I think he was sold out by that time. And he was like, yo, I'm going to do Ken. And what do you know? That motherfucker went and did Ken. He did a Turtle Van in between. And if you guys haven't seen that Turtle Van, go check it out, because top-notch work. So if you guys have not gotten your Street Fighter 2 Ken figure, I think now might be the time. And then you can go get yourself a little Dio to go with it from Duarte. But let's share my screen real quick, and we will check out his site. Yes, there we go. So this is, I think this is the video. I'm not going to play the video because reasons. But you can go to duartestudios.com. The link is cruising around in the bar below. It is also in the description. Where is it? Did I fucking pass it? Aaron, I'm terrible at this alone.
I know.
Okay, here we go. Down payment. So we have Ken Player 1 Stage 1/12 scale Dio. So the total price for this is $325. And the down payment for it is $50. So if you want to pre-order one, it is $50. But it looks like this is the final piece here. And you can see in the background here, it even comes with these, they're not figures, they're just little add-on pieces. I believe they clip in. And when he gets here, he can probably explain that a little bit better. It's also going to include some beat-up barrels. which is very exciting. And one thing I noticed, Aaron, I think, and I might be wrong about this. I'll find my figures ladies are in here. Maybe they can correct me. That I'm pretty sure Jada is now releasing these beat up barrels as well.
Yeah,
as if they got hip to the game.
They announced it like a week or two ago that they were doing it.
I wasn't sure if I was just drunk or what. But look at that. I mean, there's a fucking tire in there, chains. The detail on that boat is wild. And he said he spent a lot of time studying this scene, so he could get everything perfect. So here's the background people, and again, it looks like those just port in. Got the barrels, got the chain, got the whole backdrop there. It is wild, and I think there's a image somewhere. I thought there was an image with figures on it. I guess there's not. So if you guys have not heard of this, get over there and check it out. If you have heard of it, are you buying one? Because supplies are limited. The man isn't a mass producer. He's going to make X amount and get them done and ship them. And then after that, you're just some guy on the internet crying in a Facebook group going, why didn't I get one? Does anybody want to sell me one? No, motherfucker. You should have gotten it when it was up for pre-order. That's my stance. Let me backtrack in the chat here because you guys went wild there for a minute. I don't even know where I was. Aaron, this sucks to do alone. Holy shit.
I know.
So Frank, Realm of Toys, and by the way, guys, if you are not following Realm of Toys on Instagram, go do that. Dude is amazing. He says, these dios are amazing. I need to get one of these. Frank, you could kill with one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Endless. Kato says the dio is brilliant, and I'm curious to see what Duarte says on what he's going to do next. I assume, much like the Ryu one, the Ken one's going to sell out. And then, does he do Chun-Li? I know he's a Blanca guy. Maybe there's a Blanca stage coming soon.
That would be nice.
It would be nice.
I mean, it'd be sweet if he had all the player one stages.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like he can get these done once a quarter. Mm-hmm. I mean, so he did the Ryu, and then he did the Turtle Van, and then he did this. I mean, that was a pretty quick turnaround. But he's also a madman who I believe just works for 16 hours a day, and that's it. Just creates. So
an artist never sleeps. Mm-hmm. Always on the grind.
Yeah. There's got to be a lot of insanity going on in that head. It's got to be hard to rest when you have just ideas just blasting at you all the time, and then the energy to actually follow through on it. I guess the skill helps too.
Yeah. We're totally stalling. Honestly, that's kind of
we are stalling.
Just killing time until he arrives.
He'll get it, and then he'll do all the talking for us. Yeah. Now I'm just going to sit back, let the man speak on his stuff. So, Aaron, what do you think of the Ken Dio? Do you have a preference between the Ken and the Ryu?
I mean, like I said, I mean, I'd love to have all of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like the Ken one. It especially with all the extra pieces that it comes with, and it gives it more of a. I'm trying to think of the word that I want to use for this. I don't know. It just gives more to the scene itself. You could have a dio where it's just a background, and you can pose around and do things, but now you've got something to make a scene with. You could have, Ken battling M. Bison and putting him through one of those drums, or you can pretend like he's putting like a fight, like he's going through the boat. You know, it just gives you a lot more to the imagination.
Yeah, and
That
I'm
night scene
curious.
though was nice though.
I'm curious what if Frank wants to say what he could do in the chat with that thing, because my uncreative toy photographer ass would just be like, nope, I only take pictures of Ken here. That's it. But there's so much room for like adjustments on there and just kind of changing the backdrop. And it's a very specific backdrop, but I'm
Yeah,
curious as what
yeah,
somebody
right there.
like Frank
What
would do with
Radnom's
it.
saying, better storytelling options is what you can get out of that.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I would just use it for Ken. Terrible
Well,
investment on my end.
I mean,
Only
it's
Ken is here.
it's his scene, I guess. But you put Biggie in there, you'd be you get a bunch of ladies and have some boats and hoes.
That's a good point.
Boats and hoes, boats and hoes.
So we could ask Ninja if we can borrow his Thicky figures, and
Yes,
then we'll take our Biggie figure on the Ken
yes.
Dio. Does Biggie have a like a captain's hat?
No, he has a fedora, I believe.
Hmm. We'll have to get him one of those.
Yes, a sailor's hat. That'd be dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people that just joined us recently. Um, Tony's Figs. Que paso, homies. Que pasa to you, my friend.
Thanks
That's
for
it.
hanging out with us.
Absolutely. And of course, our good friend, Random Diorama, aka Ratnom, uh, also doing some phenomenal, dio work. So check him out. He does a late night Friday stream with some really nice chill music. So if you want to see what he's working on, definitely give him a check out.
And what I like about Radnom is he explains what he's doing, and then like he almost kind of like runs an impromptu class, because everyone's just watching him just dick around with whatever he feels like making that day, and then they just throw questions at him, or they're like, "Oh, damn, what equipment are you using there?" And
Mhm.
he's like, "Oh yeah, I got this from here. I'm using this paint. I got this from here." And, people tell him about their projects, which I think is cool. And meanwhile, I'm still working on the dioramas from when he was on the show the first time in 2023.
Still,
Haven't touched
still
them.
haven't finished that trash can yet, huh?
Haven't touched them.
That's sad.
They're just sitting over there in a pile. At this point, I just need to start over, right?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably. Safe to assume.
Yeah.
We got Lario's Lair joining us. Lario, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. I hope Eduardo has been treating you well. Haven't heard him in a while, so. Trusted Screamer says Ryo's stage is a bit more universal. Ken's has much more.
I think that's detail.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
there it is. I see it. Yes, detail. Yeah. Is that a new word? Oh my god, I'm not fancy on the words. I guess got word that our guest is pulling up to the house now. His house, not my house.
Yeah, he's pulling up to our house. He got that car working. He came to Columbus.
I mean, that'd be dope. It's like he's sitting here like here, knocks at the door. Like, hey guys, it's me. I'm like, oh shit. What's up? There he is, right there. Apologies, folks. I'll be there shortly. Yes, the people are waiting for you.
They need
knowledge.
They're already sick of our shit.
They were sick of our shit for a while now.
Yeah.
And of course, our good friend Northern Nomad coming to join us, saying, "Mr. Darklaw, what's up?
Yeah.
And can you dig it?
Uh-oh.
Hella dope. Suckers!" Northern Nomad, I can see it, man. Hope you are doing awesome. And Chris says, can he be the third member of the Hella Dope crew? Just asking. Go ahead and fill out an application. We will review that and then get back to you in a timely manner. Taking all applications after the stream. And now Ted's gone, so it's just me. Because he just leaves without saying anything. So I got nothing. Actually, I really don't have anything. Just waiting on Duarte, and I got some pink lemonade now. Oh, by the way, dinner was delicious. Thanks for asking. I had spaghetti. It was awesome. It was filling, so I'm good to go for like another hour or two. Yeah. So how are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. The struggle is real. Yes, Largo, the true struggle. Everyone should know about it. Oh, thanks for coming back there.
I'm sorry. So while I do only have a job for one more day, I'm still on call and had to deal with a really long message.
Yeah, fuck him. That's what I say. Fuck him. Mr. Wonderful, will you have access to the Shadow Slate from Savage? So I mean, as you can tell, anything from Series 1, that's gonna be a no-go. The plan currently is to carry anything from here on out. So if it's something that's coming, we would like to. We haven't heard anything from Rob in the gang about the next wave of things. So maybe I'll send him a message like, "Hey, what up, bruh? What's the deal, yo?" And he'll be like, the things. And I bet I got you. Chris, no, I found the opposite of the fountain of youth. I found the fountain of I'm getting fucking old. But thank you for the nice comment. It is very helpful to my ego. But no fountain of youth here, my friend.
Yeah, stress and three children will will age you real quick.
And a wife. But you didn't hear that from me.
Yeah.
I know she's still watching. It's fine.
Yeah.
Trust Screamer says I just got the Mezco Storm Shadow top tier figure of the year. I've been hearing a lot of good things about that Storm Shadow from Mezco. I thought about just ordering it to have it, and then I missed the window, so I'm kind of like salty that I didn't get it. But man, yeah, a lot of people are giving some mad reviews on that Mezco Storm Shadow. Unlike the Marvel Legends one, that's not getting so much good talk about right now. Something about the mask. This doesn't look right.
Oh, you're talking about the G.I. Joe classified, the new one, the pre-order?
Yes,
yeah.
Not a lot of people.
Doesn't. I don't know. I'm not a G.I. Joe enthusiast, so I guess I can't really speak on it, but it certainly doesn't look like a badass,
I mean, it's Storm Shadow, maybe. I love Storm Shadow. Great overall like character, great figure. It's just I'm just not loving that rendition of it at all. And maybe it's just me. I don't know. But finally, the man of the hour, the Dio King himself, the one and only Duarte Studios.
What up? What up? What up?
What up, man?
Finally. Never mind.
Duarte has come back for a second time. Good to see you, man. How you been?
Well, that's a loaded question. I don't know if you really want to know the answer, but I guess the people want to know why I'm 31 minutes late.
Yeah, so you got 31 minutes of show to catch up on, so we're just going to sit back and relax.
It's cool, bro. Listen, my day today was one from hell, right? So I got my truck, and I've been trying to change the suspension, do the tires, do the brakes, all this other stuff. So finally got all the stuff. My buddy's like, yeah, I'm going to help you out. We get there, start taking apart the truck. And I get pissed. I'm like, son of a mother. I'm like, I should have never took it to the goddamn dealer. Like, they broke clips, they broke pins, they broke shit that, like, I know they did because I'm the only person who touches this truck, and it was immaculate before they had their hands on it. So now I'm like, God damn it, we're taking trips to Home Depot, we're going to Advanced Auto Parts, we're going all these places to get replacement parts that I didn't think I needed to replace. So what should have been a 2-hour job turned into like a 12-hour job, and I literally finished it like maybe 45 minutes ago. Rushed home. Wife went to work late because she had to take my daughter and give her a shower. So I get home. I got to put her down real quick. I got to take out the dog. Then I got to deal with my moron of a landlord who keeps clogging the damn toilets because he doesn't understand that you can't put paper towels into a toilet. And then he's telling me like, oh, water's cut off. You didn't even give me a heads up. You're lucky I have my parents that my wife can go to my mother's, get food for the baby, give her a shower there because we didn't have water. And then the guy has the audacity to tell me like, oh yeah, if this happens again, you're telling me it's not you. The guy upstairs is saying it's not him. But if it happens again, we're going to have to charge you guys. My exact response was, good luck with that, pal. I got a lease. You should read it. That's why I pay a rent. I don't own this house. Like, especially if I'm not the one messing the shit up. Like, it's what happens when people out there, if you're listening and you're debating on buying a house, don't if you think that you're just going to rent it and it's going to run itself. There's a lot of responsibilities being a landlord and taking care of, because if this guy literally did the things that he thought about doing, he'd never get rent ever again because like it's illegal. First of all, you can't shut the water off without giving anybody heads up, especially when you have a child in the house, right? So that's not why we're here, but those are headaches that I had to deal with, unfortunately, and kind of put some damper on things. But hey, I'm here. I made it. A few busted knuckles. It's cool. Truck's driving good, looking good. I'm happy.
That's all important, man. Now I'm curious, right? So you go to Home Depot, like, you putting like some sinks in there?
Oh yeah, so a double, actually a bidet in the back when I do my mobile deuces.
Bro, I'm serious, man. Like you put a toilet in there, I would never leave my car.
Bro, and I got a crew cab too. That back seat is like a luxury apartment.
Hell yeah,
dude.
I'll be doing door dashing on the side, man. Like, man, I gotta.
Nah, if you door dash with a half-ton diesel, you're probably gonna waste more diesel than you are making money in DoorDash.
Oh, that's why I don't have a diesel. got me a little 4-door like sedan, man.
That's cute.
It's a Maxima. It does the things.
I dig it.
I gotta have a little style at my age. Still can hang it,
You're young, bro. So you just decided to paint your beard. You heard about the whole silver fox thing, and you were trying to get down with the get down.
Exactly. I'm trying to get in early so that people know that I'm with it. I'm not second guessing what's happening. Like, I'm here. I did it. All natural.
Facts.
Except for a couple pieces I had to.
People are like, "Hey, how do you get this this different color here? Do you like bleach it?" And I'm like, "Nah, I just don't wipe my lip when I eat, and I just let the food discolor the."
Yeah. That's how they do it. That's how they do it back in the olden days, like before they had like.
Listen, I'm old at heart. That's what it is. I'm old at heart. If I take this hat off, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit, put it back." Especially without a haircut. That's why it doesn't come off anymore. It's like I glued there actually.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, damn it.
It's like imagine if we join the military and we got a salute, bro, and it's like,
hello over here.
Good. And my wife calls the look the uniform now because I'm always I'm putting a hat on. I'm the old man that puts on a hat because I've lost so much damn hair. It's just not worth messing with. So
just commit, go bald, bro.
I have an ugly head. I'm just waiting for Father Time to take care of it for me, and he's just like, nah, you gotta suffer.
What he's gonna do is he's gonna get rid of all of this and give you that like side piece all the way around the ring.
That's what.
He's getting already.
Yeah, what's that Disney song? How's it go? Let it go, right? Or sell it on Let Go, whatever. It's cool, bro.
I'm not that far. I'm just patching on the sides right here.
It happens. I'll tell you guys stuff on the after show of what to do to fix that.
Just cut it all off.
It's XXX rated stuff, so
wait,
talk about it.
Now I'm interested. Wait a minute.
Listen. Laser Pants is always complimenting my beard, right? I try to tell him, I'm like, listen, bro, there's some things you got to do, but it works.
It works. I
promise.
Well, anyway,
we're all curious.
Right. Well, we'll save that for round 3.
Round three. There'll be a round 3, trust me, and a 4 and a 5. I ain't going nowhere.
Wonderful.
It's gonna be hard to get rid of me.
Let's dive into this Ken stage, man.
Let's do it. Ken stage technically 3 because we did 2 variations of the Ryu stage. So now, like I said, I was kicking around the idea after this podcast. I'm podcastless for maybe the next 2 weeks, give or take, until I'm on the next show. So I'm kicking around the idea of putting up a poll and asking people if they want to see the variation of this particular dial, which would be the yellow background, the blue boat, and then like a different gradient of the brown itself. And then obviously the figures themselves would have different colors as well. And if people want to do that, great. And if they've already pre-ordered and they want to go with that variation, I'll just do a switch. No big deal, you know? But yeah, this is the third rendition of the Jada dials that I'm basically doing for the well, Street Fighter works with Jada, obviously, but work with any other Street Fighter figure or any figure for that matter, which was the reason I decided to make those figures removable. So you could essentially just have two boats in the background, no figures, no chanting, no old school, you know, 80s dresses on and stuff like that. The pylons are removable, so you can move them out of the way, and you can pretty much use that floor for whatever you want, maybe a dojo floor or, you know, something else. Comes with the metal chain as well, different sizes, a thinner chain at the back, thicker chain at the front to give you that depth perception, right? To give you that idea that the chain's further away. The figures, when you order it comes with one drum, the one on the right, basically. Everyone that's pre-ordering within these first 2 weeks, which ends on the 15th, will get a second drum, which is the one left to that, for free. And if you do the extra $50 and make it the elite version or the deluxe version, you pretty much get all the other barrels there. The open barrel, the stage 1 barrel, stage 2, and stage 3 broken in half barrels as well. So, and if you want to buy them all separately, it's $75. So you save a few bucks if you get them with the dial, but you can get them separately too if you want. And yeah, magnetic, just like the other one. You get your certificate of authenticity. You get your little badge on the back, whatever the number was with the date that I finished it. Nice little felt at the bottom to protect your beautiful tabletops. And yeah, man, that's Ken for you.
There's a lot of well thought out stuff in there, like the felt on the bottom. That's very interesting. And then you know, I do like that you sign it. I'm a sentimental guy, so like if I ordered one and saw a date on there, I'd be like, oh man, what was I doing on that day that he was?
You're my type of customer then. Yep.
How many spiked strawberries did I have that day?
Right.
That might have been a 2-3 canner day.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff, right? Like it gets kind of tricky because if I were to make this actual dio, you know, this thing again, it'd be deep, it'd be far, you have big pieces, and it wouldn't be realistic. So the trick is obviously trying to get that much depth into such a small footprint, right? Because this this one's about 3 millimeters, 3 to 4 millimeters thicker than the Ryu one was, because the boat bottom itself comes out, you know, because this acts as like a lip. So you could just kind of put them in there and give the aesthetic, you know, the appearance that they're behind it, right? So it was a little tricky, especially with like the winch area and getting that angle right. But luckily with these two, I've been able to do it. And I don't foresee any other Dio for Street Fighter giving me any issue. The only thing that I foresee is certain dials are even more complex, even more intuitive than these, which obviously is going to raise the price. So I might have to do kind of like a vote thing. Like if people really aren't into Fei Long, I probably will never offer that stage just because no one's going to want to buy it, right? And Fei Long is one of the most complicated ones, right? He's on this balcony and it's just all shrubbery and like Chun-Li, a lot of little details, a lot of accessories. Balrog, holy hell, bro, the Vegas strip with all the lights and dude, that's a lot of work. I can do it, but are you going to want to pay for all of that work, right? So Guile, he's coming next, 100%. Guys voted on it. He's already 50% of the way designed. Blanca's definitely coming because he's my favorite character. And then after that, I'm just going to kind of get people's ideas because, you know, I don't want to waste time making something that it will look great, but are you really going to want to buy it? If not, then, you know, so I'll let the people speak when the time comes.
So the next two are pretty much thought out, and then you're gonna leave it up to like a fan vote.
Actually, I have the next 4 thought out. I got Guile, Blanca. I have the surprise brick stage, which is its own stage with the bricks that I showed off that break apart and all that stuff. I have the bonus stage for the barrels that have the 2 conveyor belts where the barrels drop down and you punch the wooden barrels. So I'll have that stage with the barrels separate as well. And then Blanca, the 2 variations of Blanca. And then after that, I had some people that wanted Bison. I know a lot of people wanted, not Dalsim. What's the other one that has the laying down on the side Buddha? I can't think of it, but that one, they wanted that one. So that one's a definite in the pipeline. At this point, the other thing too is I don't want to crank them out relatively too fast because the guy that wants them might not be able to afford all of them back to back to back. So then in a way, it's kind of like I'm not making a sale and I'm not really helping them out either. So I plan on doing like every other month different drops. Like this was Ken now. Next month, I'll probably drop a different type of, pre-order type Dio. The following month, I might do TMNT or something. So it all really depends. And this way, I don't get burnt out too on the whole, Street Fighter thing, especially since we don't have all the characters anyways.
Yeah, we got you like on a once a quarter type thing now.
Yeah, we picked once a quarter. Are you tossed around the idea of doing nighttime version for this? Is that still on the?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put like after this show, probably tomorrow, I'll make that poll post and see where people are at with it. And if they want that, I'll definitely make it happen. If not, because the stuff is already there. It's essentially the same thing. It's just a different color, like Ryu was. So I got no problem doing it, but I don't want to do it if nobody wants it. Right. And Ryu seems to be a more popular character than Ken is anyways. So that could also be a factor, right? So
we know.
I'll do you now.
In regards to quantity, are you just putting the pre-order up and it's a window and you're going to make those, or do you have a set amount in mind of like, I'm doing this, I'm not doing anymore? I know last time you talked about time restraints and you're like, if I let it go forever, then I'll never get them all done.
Right. So I'm kind of opening the window for the month to see where it goes. But in my mind, whether I sell 10 or 20 or 30, I kind of just for me want to make 5 extra just to have and forget about. And then like I'll show up at a con or I might just post it up or whatever happens. Or sometimes, because I'm like that as well. Sometimes I forget like, damn, man, I missed that pre-order, this, that, and the third. And like, I'm a good customer. And like, if this person's somebody that I know or somebody that I've sold to and they're like, dude, I totally missed it, this, that, and the third, I'll probably be like, hey, I got one. Don't worry about it. Send me the pre-order money. And, I try to help out. I wish I could do that for everybody. But again, I can't make 300 of these things, right? So I usually try to make a minimum of 3 extra of everything. Like when I did with the Vans, for about 3 weeks straight, I had a solid 5 to 6 extra. And every week it kept going down because I'd get 5 or 6 more orders. So like now I got to the point that I wanted to have 5 extra Vans and I couldn't find them because they weren't even in stock. So now I think I have 3 that are unspoken for that might go to cons with me. But I ended up selling, I think, a total of 35, 36 of them. So, that was another, I did not expect to sell that many. So now it's like, okay, I learned from Ryu where I'm like, I wanted to put it out faster, but I got so many sold that now it took this time. So now I give myself that buffer. You know what? You'll get it July, August for Ken. You probably get it sooner, but I rather give you that window because this way you won't be bothering me in a week. And you also won't be like, man, it's been a year and a half. Where's my pre-order, right? So I tried it. But again, I'm a dad, I'm a husband. I have a million other things that I have to contend with and stuff. So sometimes things happen that delay a little, or maybe I'm ordering parts. Maybe I need more of that chain and I ran out of it and now they're out. And now I got to wait 2 weeks on back order on that. So there's a lot of different things. And, every Ryu stage that went out, they all got a felt bottom. My prototype didn't have that, and it wasn't even magnetic. So these are things that after the fact, I don't ask you, hey, do you guys want this? I just say, you know what? This is better. This adds more value. I like it more. You're going to like it more. You're just going to get it.
So if somebody goes to your site and pre-orders now, it's $50 down. When would the remaining balance be due?
So you got a few options. I have customers that fit in both categories. I let you pay me as you go because maybe you're the type that doesn't want to feel that $300 chunk. Right. So you're like, hey, I could just give you $50 a week. Cool. Or I can tell you when I'm like a week out of finishing them, meaning like, all right, these are the final preps, maybe a little, the clear coat, the whatever. Hey, in about a week, I'm going to start shipping. And then that's kind of the heads up. And I'll usually get the cool payment incoming, or I get paid next week. I've had dials like I still have one player one Ryu dial here that a customer's been paying me on, like super slow, and it's cool. He told me, he's like, listen, I only get X amount of money a month to do certain things, and I really want one. I said, dude, no problem. The fact that you really want one, I want to give you one. So when you're done paying me, it's here. I'll ship it. Like, actually, it's right there. That one.
Okay.
So I'm like, cool, bro. When it's paid, I'll send it to you. So, I try to help people because I've been in those situations where I'm like, I want that so bad, but I don't got $400.
Right.
And I had the option on Shopify for the whole install payment thing, not through PayPal, like the Shopify one. Yeah. I had to cut that one off because I ended up getting 2 customers that bought the Ryu ones with the Shopify thing, and the fee that they hit me with, bro, holy, never again. I was like, nope, sorry. No
it's
way.
Nuts. And it's worse because we were dealing with someone that had canceled an order that did a installment. Mm-hmm. So the fee that they get hit with, like, is ridiculous. And I had to do some digging because they were coming at me like, hey,
yep.
What are you charging me? Is $22 for? I'm not charging you nothing.
I'm not charging you.
I mean, I have the right to as a cancellation fee.
Right.
I don't, and maybe bad business practice, maybe not, because like I said, I mean, how often do we get cancellations? Not that often. So it's not something that says like, oh yeah. I promote it to say it's theirs because if it comes across to that time I have to do it, it's written.
Right.
You can't say that it's not there. But
yep.
If I'm going to charge you a cancellation fee or a restocking fee or whatever fee, I'm telling you I'm doing it.
And that's what I had to do. I actually had to do that for the turtle van because I didn't do it the upfront, pay the whole thing. I just did the $50 down, and I had 2 people, 2 out of the 30 something people that actually, like a week and a half after the fact, they were like, oh man, I just realized the van's not $50. And I'm like, you actually thought this was $50? I'm like, yeah, you deserve a restocking fee. Like, do you not? And I had to put it in red, bold letters, like 78 points of articulation makes a joke out of it because every time he comes on these shows, he's like, hey, I heard your dials come with figures, because I write it multiple times, does not include figure. And people still think it does. And it's like, in what world, bro? I don't make these to include them. I'm
gonna go ahead and buy a couple right now.
Yeah, $50. Sure, I'll buy them. I'll pay somebody else. No. So I'm like, okay, cool. Listen, you read. I actually no. I would email them back and say, can you please do me a favor and reread the entire description and then email me back and let me know if you still want the refund. And the one was like, oh no, it's cool. I'll just sell it when I get it. And I actually think that person listed it on eBay, because if you go on eBay right now and you type Mezco Turtle Van, my van comes up and it says in the description, I'll mail it to you when I get it. So I'm thinking that was the customer. And I'm like, that's cool. Listen, and I think he has it up for $600. Godspeed. Because if you sell it for that much, you're just going to up the value for everybody else, right?
Oh, yeah.
So listen, that's cool. I don't got no problem. And I can't stop anyone from selling or doing whatever to the stuff that they paid for, right? But the other one was like, yeah, I read it. Okay, so you understood the 20% restocking. Yeah, I did. No problem. Okay. And I did it. Never heard back. And that was it, But it's like, I don't know. It's weird, man. I grew up during a time where drugs, abuse, resistance, education, the DARE program, and the don't sign before you read. Reading is fundamental. Read everything. So and I'm just like, I guess because they're so excited, right, that they think it's gonna like sell out, and they're just like, buy it now. But never, dude. I gotta, like, even with Mezco, when I got the turtles, I was like, wait, let me read this. Oh, I gotta pay for this. All right, whatever. Versus, oh, you didn't tell me, it's not there. You can't even do the whole put it in the FAQ section or put it on a different part of the website, because they're going to say, well, that's not there when the item, why didn't you have it in? So I have to put that stuff, because unfortunately there are people out there who think that way and act that way. So
yep. Yeah, we learned some lessons last year. And so last year for us was it's growing pains, because the software that we use, the software we use for like our pre-orders, like, it doesn't really spell out like, hey, you need to do this, and this It just says do this, add this, pick a date, and there you go. Well, obviously, we ran into some issues at Christmas time for some things that one clearly states the item. It says pre-order. It says pre-order, and in the description under it, it does say this is an estimated date. The estimated date is pick a date.
Right.
But the thing is, when you check out, it says it's available right now. So, like, the backlash of, oh, well, it says it's available. I'm like, well, if you read it, it doesn't say that. That's just a technicality by the software that I've learned how to use now.
I didn't know I was supposed to read.
No, you're supposed to just hit the buy button, and then everything magically will ship to you.
That's rich people problems, okay? Because people like me, I read everything. I don't like surprises. I can't afford a surprise.
No, I'm the other one. I just say, oh, okay, it says pre-order, all right, whatever. Click.
Send it.
She's like, all right, on line 37, sentence 16, word 45, it says will not ship. Like, okay, hey, whatever.
Cool story, bro.
I'll get it when I get it. When I see the email.
Right.
So I want to get to the chat, but I want to ask a question first in regards to the background characters. So how are you making those, and how are you keeping them consistent across the board?
They're 3D printed. I sculpted them to keep them consistent. They're printed, and then I paint them. And I just paint. Like, I understand your question, and I hate to just tell you I paint them and they come out because I'm consistent, right? But that's part of it. The being able. So when I'm doing projects that involve multiples, I try my hardest not to mix paint, right? I buy every variation of every color, because if I'm mixing it today, I might feel 60-40, and tomorrow I might be 70-30 or 50-50, and now it's slightly off. It's not the same. So this way it's like, that green is that green is that green. I lighten it with a white. I darken it with a black. Maybe I'll use this wash. But as I'm building the first one, as long as it's coming out the way I want it to, I'll write the stuff down. Like, I literally make myself an instructional sheet. So I can go back 5 years from now and I'll know exactly what colors I used, exactly how many times did I go down with this pink, and then the second time, was there a wash, was there a highlight? Like, I'll have all of that written out. So this way I don't have to remember it here, because I can look at it and paint match, but then the struggle of thinking about that gives me so much anxiety that I'm like, why didn't I do the hard work in the beginning and just write it down, give myself some notes, and so I guess that's a better way to answer the question. I give myself an instructional and make sure that color is consistent throughout the board, for all the projects. And when I'm doing them, that's the reason why I want to do a pre-order. I don't want to start one today, then start one tomorrow. All right, pre-orders are done. Cut the foam on all. Paint the background on all, do the white on all, do the clouds on all. So as this one's drying, I'm not looking at it while it's drying. I'm moving on to the next one. And by the time I'm done with the last one, the first one will be dry, and it's a consistent. I might have a 5-minute break for myself, because I work in such a way that I try to be very streamlined and very just like on top of it, like a conveyor belt, basically. I wish I had more people. I do, but I don't.
I don't see that. That was a much more.
That's trusting too many people.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheat codes. That's what I call it. Cheat codes. Self cheat codes. Writing the instructionals down, the colors, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. A Post-it, a phone thing, old school in a notebook, like I do. Like, however it fits for you, but definitely write the steps, because as much as you think you're gonna remember because it's your style, you might learn something in 3 weeks that has nothing to do with art, but somehow it affects your style moving forward. Maybe it's the way you move your brush. Maybe it's the way you're not stippling the brush now. Now you're just doing strokes. So all those things, and I write that down too. If I'm painting a specific way to get like these clouds, there's a lot of stippling in them, right? With the brush, so it gives you that gradient effect or that transparent look. You can't get that by just doing a stroke side to side or up and down. So I know that. But even still, I try to write my stuff in a way where I'm like, can my daughter do this when I'm gone? Like that kind of mentality. Yes, you have to have the skill set. You have to have the steady hand, the vision, the eye. Those are things that you can train. But having steps, trying to figure it out from scratch, that's the part that sucks. And it deters a lot of people from wanting to do it, from that I've learned.
It's well, I guess I have a follow-up question to that now.
Hit me.
So again, there's a lot of Dio creators in our chat. Would those notes or like recipes ever be something that down the road, like after something's retired, you're like, oh, I'm not making it again, that you would be willing to share with others? Be like,
I
"Can have
have
the recipe."
I have. When it's stuff that I'm like done, I'm not making this again. I'm not, yeah. But if it's something that's still in my, like, if I'm making Bush's baked beans and I'm still selling them, I'm not going to give you the recipe to that. Like, and I like, listen, I'm sure there's going to be people out there like, you're gatekeeping, even though I'm literally showing you how to do stuff. But you have to understand that certain specialties, there are little things that, like, I won't give you my mom's meatball recipe. I won't, because it's my mother's meatball recipe, right? So certain things that I do, there's a handful of select people that know the nitty gritty. The others, it's intentionally so that you can learn your own way of going through things. I'll give you the tools, but you have to operate them. It's like saying, like, no, I'm not going to give you my hands. I still need them. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of the same concept. So I'm going to give you the tools. I'll even walk you through it. But there are certain things that I'm not going to tell you because it's my specific way of doing it, and you're going to figure out your own way to do it. I'm almost 1,000% sure that all three of us can tie a shoe, but I'm willing to bet that neither one of us ties it the same way. Right?
I'm gonna come to your house this week and we're gonna test this out.
Let's do it. I got extra room, bro.
Do you make like you use a bunny ear and then loop it? Like, man.
You loop, swoop, and pull, or
yeah.
I don't know. What's your name? I'll write it on the wall.
Yeah, but I mean, what you're saying is what we call like the artist touch.
Right.
So
that's what I call the what you pay me for. Right. Yeah. My specific touch on this, because if there's, like you said, there's other Dio people on here. I haven't really seen the chat or any. Actually, I didn't even pull up the chat myself, but there's Dio people on here, like you said, and I'm sure that they can do a fantastic job if I were to tell them every step, but I guarantee you that even with me walking you through it, it's still not going to look the same because you have your style and I have mine, and that's essentially what people do. I don't have one supporter of mine that buys dials from me that hasn't bought either accessories or dials from other people. Not because I can't do it, or not because I suck, or not because that guy is or isn't better than me, but he or she might have done something in a specific style that you liked. And why are you going to have me do it when that guy or that girl's already selling it and it's a good price, it's good quality, and you buy it? I don't get upset about it. That's like Nike getting upset that you went and bought a pair of Adidas. It's like, it's all personal preference,
Yeah, I was mad because I just got I just saw the info that they are canceling the Roman Reigns Bloodline Nike line. Those things look smooth. I don't know if you saw them.
I haven't.
Ooh, look, you get some time, look it up. I mean,
I shall.
They remind me of like one of the like older Jordans. They're like the black with the red sole,
and
it had like
my colors too. Black and red, baby.
The Roman Reigns and insignia on it. It looked bad. At $200, not bad.
Yep.
But they canceled it.
That sucks.
But let's dive into some of this chat real quick. I think there's a couple questions in there that were for you. So let's hit
excellent.
Ken's Toys, yes, make sure hit that like button, hit it, love it, stroke it, pat it, do whatever you need to do to make sure that it gets its attention that it needs for the day.
Hold on. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are?
I hope they're asleep.
Mine too, actually. She's asleep.
Jeff Morris, hello and good evening, Jeff.
Good evening.
Hope you're doing well. Ken's Toys asks, what kind of truck do you have? If you don't mind divulging that.
Oh, absolutely not. Mopar or no car, baby. I got a 2014 Ram diesel, black on black with 35s on that bad girl, and I'm actually putting new tires on her tomorrow. Some nice Nitto Recon grapplers, and I just did a Bilstein suspension on my truck and a few other little nooks and crannies. It's been a while since I've given her a good babying, so it's my baby. Only got 60,000 miles on it. I take care of that truck better than I take care of myself sometimes.
Right.
But she's my trailer puller, and she gets the family from point A to point B. So that's my baby. Nothing against Ford or Chevy or anything like or any other truck, but I'm a Dodge
Yeah.
guy. So
I mean, you like what you like.
I like what
I was a Chevy guy for a while, and then I took the dark turn to Nissan, and I haven't looked back yet.
Nissan's good.
I know that. I love my car, man. It's
I gotta send you the the meme joke thing that's all over TikTok about the Altima, where they're like, Nissan makes an Altima for every occasion. Here's the Altima, the Faltima, the Taltima. Dude, it had me rolling, bro. I'll send you the video. It had me dying. I was crying. It's so funny.
I'll watch that later.
Yeah.
My wife said she's pretty much had a Nissan since we started dating, except for one car that she had. And my sister,
that was like 67 years ago, right?
Dude, at least 60, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get this for 5 years.
No, I'll get there one day.
Don't do it.
My birthday's in March of next year. I'll be 16 again. So
my birthday is also in March of next year.
Is it? What day?
14th.
15th. What up?
What? That's crazy.
Damn.
We gotta go celebrate.
I was born on the Ides of March, baby. Julius Caesar.
But yeah, see, I got Pie Day and Steak and BJ Day.
I like that. Hey, Cybertruck, tacos? Yeah, bro. If it's some birria tacos, I'm all over it, papi. I love those.
I think this involved. I think this involved the conversation that we're gonna have later.
Taco.
I do like tacos.
It does.
Sound good. Miss Allison Troy, the retro toy princess, says greetings.
Greetings, Allison. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I was late. I apologize. I'm usually never late for these things. I was really pissed about that. But
we stalled as much as we could.
I appreciate it. I tuned in for a little while trying to deal with my daughter and do, juggling everything. And yeah. Yes, Sagat. There you go, Sagat. Tony's Figs. Sagat's the guy. Yeah, I've had a few people that were like, as soon as you put Sagat out, I'm paying you in full for it. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'm going to have to make it. My general rule of thumb is 10. If I'm going to create something, I have to sell 10 of it. If I don't sell 10 of it, I feel like it's a failure because, that 10 number puts me at ease for the countless hours I put into the research and development, the design, the messing things up and redoing and fixing. And, so if I sell 10, I'm happy. Anything over that, I'm through the moon. Anything under that, even though it's technically not, it still feels like a failure to me.
So I feel that. And a lot of that is, just like you always want to see the growth,
right?
Every time, like maybe you sold 10 of this Ken set. Well, I want to do 14 of the next one. I want to do 21 of the next one. And if you're not making that growth, I don't want to call it a failure. So you're kind of saying the same thing, but like you feel personally defeated,
right? Because
you're not hitting the marker that you set yourself for.
But let me just preface that with saying that I'm with it. I want all the smoke, meaning I'll do the fuck ups. That's fine. I don't care. I actually like them because I feel like you become a better person and a better artist and a better just anything at whatever it is you're doing from the failures more so than from the successes. I think the failures hit harder to me than the most successful successes do. I never truly get to enjoy my successes because I feel like I'm like, cool, what's next? Because I'm like, I can't just, I threw on this video, I got like a couple thousand views, I made it, mom. Like, no, what's the next video? What's the next, and case in point, I put my turtle video out with the van, and I think I'm up to like 14K views now, which to me is fantastic. All right, because I can't get 5K views like in one day, like somebody like Ninja can, right? But 14K views in like a month, that's great. I put out Ryu after, and I don't even think he broke 500 views yet. So I don't think it's because it's a bad video. I think it has a lot to do with TMNT having a bigger following than Street Fighter. Maybe if I post something that's Dragon Ball Z related, it might take off even more than the TMNT because we know those guys are diehard fans, right?
Yeah.
So, but I take it as a learning lesson. Okay, why did this video fail? Is it because it's just an IP thing, or was it me? And if it was me, what was it? What can I do better? What, so I love criticism when it's constructive. When you're just a hater, that's corny. When you're trying to tell me what to do and you're a full-time employee at 7-Eleven, that's a problem. It's kind of like, my father always said, don't take advice from somebody who's not where you want to be, right?
Mhm.
So ultimately, I like learning from those mistakes, and I love when somebody has creative. I've had so many people that have said, "Hey, man, you should try this," or what about this? And I respond, "Hey, I actually got that in the pipeline," or "Hey, that's a great idea." And a lot of times I'll be like, "Hey, Joe Blow had this awesome idea," and I went with it because I love. Not only do I like getting credit for what I do, but I love giving credit where it's deserved. Right? It's so much so that even if I dislike you, but you're good at something, I might be like, yeah, he's a douchebag, but does good work.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is, because the personal feelings should never affect is the work good? Or is that person good? Okay, they might be an a-hole, or they might be arrogant, or they might be whatever word you want to say to make yourself feel better about your situation. But are they good? Okay. Well, I'm not saying that that's a reason that they should be this terrible person. But in the same token, you have to give credit where it's due, because then you just look like a hater if you don't.
Right. Absolutely. I 100% agree. Moving on, we have our good friend Larry 4K.
What up?
Punk with Toys. Hello, Ohio fool. Hello, Michigan guy. That's what I will call you.
Michigan.
Michigan.
Michigan. I'm good with these little ad lib names and stuff,
We're gonna go ahead and steal that. We got Thor once again. What's up, Duarte? Big fan of your work.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. What's up, bro?
The Titan for Duarte. Have you ever been halfway through a line of orders and thought of something that would make a good diorama better to the point of wanting to start over?
No and yes. No, that's never happened to me with a diorama, thankfully, because I guess I never offered them the way I'm offering them now during a time where maybe I was a little less confident in my work, or less what's the word I'm looking for? Less intentional with the way that I do things. Not saying I can't make mistakes, but I try to eliminate them, because like when I build these dials, I actually build them 100 times in my head. And I run into those things because I know, okay, to cut this piece of foam, I need this particular razor. To do this trick, I need this tool, I need that tool. And if I can't do it in my head, I have to figure out why. And sometimes I'll run into a problem where I can't figure it out, and it kiboshes the whole project because I don't want to get stuck in the middle. So no, that's never happened with dial work, but yes, that has happened with other things that I've done, not necessarily diorama related, but where I was halfway through it and I was like, I could finish it, and maybe one person might notice, or one person might say, oh, why didn't you do it this way? And that was enough for me. I can't have one person say, and I'm like, nope. Because if it's not good enough for me, it's not good enough for you. And if it's good enough for me and you're telling me it's not good enough for you, it's either because you don't know better, or you're intentionally just trying to like provoke something, because I'm never going to give you anything that I would not be happy with myself. And I'm very hard to please. So, which was why I could have painted the bottom like I painted the back. But when this is on the floor and it's being dragged wherever, like, I don't want pink to be exposed on the bottom. Here's some nice little felt. Maybe you want to put this on a nice shelf that you don't want to scratch, or have paint stick to it because that day it was more humid than the next day, and now your dial's foam stuck to, something, or your figures or whatever. So even these, like, I clear them afterwards. I do a nice little matte clear just to give you that extra little layer of protection for scratch resistant, like, these guys aren't going to stick. There's not paint on the bottom of their feet, that kind of stuff, because there's so many variables, right? You might like your house hot. I like my house cool. If your house is too hot, things start to sweat. They start to get sticky, just act differently, right? So I try to think of all of that, and not saying that it is impossible, but there are times that I might forget, like, I should have thought, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't, but if it ever did get to that point, Titan, I would start over without questioning it. I'd kick myself in the ass and be upset that I'd wasted material, or not even because I can recycle that to a degree. I'd be more upset that I wasted time, but I'd have to tell myself, like, it wasn't time wasted because you learned something from it. If you don't learn from it, then I think it's worse. When you waste your time, you don't get anything good out of it. You're bitter. Like, that's a whole waste. You have to find that silver lining, no matter how thin it is.
Right. Absolutely. Awesome. Jason Evangelista.
What up?
What's going on? Good to see you. It looks like Chad has released all of the humans into the world. Gonzo, what's up? How's it going, Gonzo? Good to see you. James Lucas finally escaped Chad's basement.
But Chad was live, I guess.
Yeah, he had Patriot Force on.
Oh, okay, cool.
The father-son duo. So
Patriot Force, that's 3 3/4, right? Or that's 12 scale.
12 scale.
Is it?
No.
So those military figures are 12 scale?
No, it's got to be 3 3/4.
I thought it was
Why
3
would Chad be
3/4.
talking to him? Chad doesn't fuck with anything that's not
Right.
3 3/4.
Yeah, because I was like, yo, at first I was like, are they competing with like Vala and Hasbro and all that stuff? And then I'm like, no, I think it's 3 3/4, and I just didn't really look into it anymore.
Well, Chad's in the chat now. He can answer it specifically.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, unless I'm living in a delusional world, I'm pretty sure I thought they said it was going to be 112.
I just read Chad's message. Yeah, Chad, don't worry about it, bro. I was late, so it all happened for a reason. Look, you got to catch me. Maybe if I was on time, we would have been off too, bro. Love right back to you, pal.
We got Pokey87. Hey, hello, first time joining a live stream, and I also got my first order from you guys earlier this week. Y'all live up to y'all's hype. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for making that purchase.
They're talking about that Ninja hype where you guys I ordered today and you guys actually shipped it 2 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, we had to upgrade the teleportation of voice. Two people like Ninja almost caught us, for his ninja sleek ways. But we got one up on him, but we got to upgrade. We got to stay one up.
Listen, that's it, bro. That's how you beat them.
So, but thank you once again for purchasing it. Hopefully we see your name and join us more in the streams more often.
There you go.
Mr. Wonderful, Duarte Studios. Totally, man. I follow the one day a celebration, brother. Can't sit there after a day and worry about it until you do something else.
Facts. But I mean, that also, I think that has a lot to do with like where you live too, and like bills and situations, right? Because I'm living in a place where it's like paycheck to paycheck, damn near, and you're killing yourself. And sometimes like the burnout isn't even because I'm tired of doing this stuff. I don't think I'll ever be tired of doing this stuff. The burnout is when you're doing this stuff so much and you feel like you're making money, and then you look and you're like, where did the money go?
Yeah.
Oh, milk, cookies, this, that, dinner, rent, a life, some air, oxygen, because you got to pay for that now too. So, and you're like, damn, bro, why am I doing this? Well, like I'm literally working to pay off stuff. So, me and the missus are thinking about getting out of Jersey because I'm tired of this state, man. I'm tired of the state. I'm tired of so much things here that, and the cost of living is just astronomical. It's insane.
Right. Yeah, I don't know where you could go where the cost of living isn't ridiculous to some degree.
Well, anywhere's better than Jersey at this point. I don't know anywhere that's more expensive than Jersey right now, unless you go to like California. But who wants to live there? Sorry if you guys live in California. I've been there, bro. Just the traffic alone. I'm like, no, I can't. I hate, dude. That's the one thing I miss about the whole COVID thing. I could get anywhere that I needed to go in 10 minutes flat because there was no traffic on them highways. Boy, I've missed that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I miss.
Mm-hmm.
That places that would take me 45 minutes to get to, I'm there in 10 minutes. I'm like, come back.
come back to a degree. Let's go back to that time of traveling, not so much the sickness, because that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I had it twice now. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through that shit again.
I've had it. I think I had it twice. I know I had it once, but the first time I got it right before they actually announced it, and I knew it was something different because I had never in my entire life I've ever been sick for a month straight. Never, ever. So I knew it was something different. So when they said that, I was like, yeah, I probably had COVID.
Yeah.
And then I know I got it one time after that, and honestly, it was like a cold for me. I didn't lose no taste. I didn't lose, I couldn't breathe from my nose, which in a way kind of takes taste away. Right. But it wasn't to the degree where people were like, I can't taste anything. That really sucks.
Yeah, the first time, I mean, I was out. Like, I ended up going into the hospital because I couldn't keep fluids down. I ran like a temperature like 105 at one point. And then, the second time was, like a running nose. Definitely, I mean, I still had a little bit of a fever, but not nearly as bad as the first one. So, definitely don't. Just give me the closing work early and, not having people like in the building. I can serve them do the little drive-through.
Right.
I go home and I'm good. I got my
I
little
hear
note
that.
that says, "Hey, I'm an essential worker. I'm allowed to be on the street right now. Do not arrest me."
Nah, they never really cracked down on that stuff here. They didn't.
It's Ohio here, man. They'll crack down on it just because.
Yeah, I mean they don't get it. Don't get me wrong. They'll try, and there's stores like they're private stores, right? So if they tell you, hey, you got to wear a mask, like I would have to make the choice: do I put this thing on my face or do I not go in the store? And me personally, I chose not to go to the store. I'll go to the store that doesn't require me to do something I don't want to do, And but that was it. Like when they said essential worker, I was driving every day. Oh, I need to go to Home Depot. Oh, I need to go here. I need to go there. And they never, ever. And even if police were ever called, the only thing they can do is be like, well, you have to leave the store because it's privately owned. It's not a public, like it's for public, but it's private property. So like you got to leave, but they couldn't enforce anything, because with what, but I'm glad we're past all of that stuff. I'm glad that, people are doing better and the sickness isn't as bad as it was before. And hopefully we don't have to deal with anything like that anymore. I mean, that's a whole other rabbit hole, but
there's always going to be something else somewhere down the line.
Yeah, even if it's not a sickness, it's we ran out of milk or like the toilet paper is gone. That was COVID hit and everybody needed toilet paper.
Like it was so bad. Because at that time I was working at Walmart, so like when they got it in, like as employees, you were allowed to get like one. Right. So like I bought one, and I'd like the next day I'd buy another. So my trunk was full of toilet paper because you just couldn't get them.
Luckily, I didn't have that issue either. Water was an issue for us. Like people were buying water. Like they were like, "Yo, you can only take 4 per person," And like at that point, because I drink water religiously, so I'm like, "Oh, babe, get in line, but behind me, because if you're with me, they might not even let us take another 4." Like. Yep. Get in line, get another 4 because I'll drink a case of water in like 3 or 4 days. And like my wife is a surgical tech, right? So she's in the hospital now operating on people, right? With the doctors and stuff. And she would tell me about the situations and the people coming in and like people were sick, man. And there's some people that I know people personally that are around my age that got sick and they just were never really the same after that. And they tell me, they're like, bro, I feel like I get sick all the time now, and like things that I'm no specialist. I can't explain things other than what I see, what I hear, and what people tell me. Definitely was a thing. Definitely not a big thing now, right? Thank God. But like you said, there's always something else. So it's kind of like we just have to live day by day at this point and make rational decisions, like, not buying 30 things of toilet paper because I don't know what that's supposed to fix. But
I mean, like you be selling toilet paper like it's drugs, and like, hey man, I got that double.
Yeah, like I
snuggles.
At first, when I heard about that debacle, I was being funny with my wife, and I'm like, does COVID give you like the runs or like leaky butthole? Like, what's with this toilet paper thing? Like, why does everybody need toilet paper so bad?
Well, I mean, a lot of it's because you couldn't. I mean, you were restricted on when you were allowed to go out.
Yeah.
So like, you only.
It was hard in some places more so than others, for sure.
Because I think like here, you're allowed like curfew was like 10 o'clock. Like you are not allowed to be on the road unless you were like a police officer, someone of the medical form, or you had a little note that says that you were an essential employee that could be out after 10 o'clock. And even then they're like, look, you need to go home. So it got wild. So like, when you got a limited time and everybody and their mothers at the grocery store, you got to get what you can get. Not
6 feet, bro. 6 feet.
And you had to do all that. Yeah.
And follow the lines on the floor, the arrows.
God, I hate that shit so bad.
I was like, when's the roller coaster start? Like, what are we doing?
I need to go down this aisle because this is where the milk is, but I have to go. I gotta go down the other one way and then hook a U-turn.
That whole like being very on top of specific hours and you can't go out at this and what. Like, I think they literally tried that for maybe 2 weeks, where they were like really trying to stay on top of that. But then after that, it was like, just have your mask on, and then you would have people that would be walking around wearing a mask, and it would be like.
Like, what's the point of wearing it? You're not even covered.
I mean, to be honest, listen, the only personal thing I have to say about the whole thing is you personally lost me when you told me that I had to walk into a restaurant with this thing on my face. But when I sit down, I can take it off to eat and it's okay. So either there's an invisible force field around this table that I don't know of that's protecting us, or this is a bunch of bullshit. But Fauci already said last week it was a bunch of bullshit. So the words coming out of his mouth, not mine.
Right.
It is what
Tony
it
Fake
is.
says he needs that hat. You need to sell some Duarte Studio hats.
I've had people ask me too, and I'm gonna do snapbacks, and I'm gonna do like the stretch fit ones. I will offer these, but they'll be at order too, because these are new era. So you're spending $30-$40 for the hat plus, the embroidery work and all that stuff. Because I like my new era hats. I like, but I do like my snapbacks too. It depends. I like my military hats especially because those cover my little ears and all that. But yeah, I am. I'm gonna offer some shirts. I'm actually testing this one out. This is one of those like breathable, stretchy kind of things. So I'm trying these out. These are really cool. I've washed this like 3 or 4 times. Nice, stretchy, hasn't ripped, hasn't anything like that. I'm gonna do some hoodies for sure because I'm a big hoodie person. Like I'm a hoodie connoisseur. I'd probably, if I could start another business, it'd probably be like sweatpants and hoodies, like some dope ass sweatpants and hoodies. I'm all the time, dude. I'll go to a professional function in some nice ass sweatpants. Like, I just like being comfortable,
Yeah. We used to do the t-shirts and the pajama pants, man. That was the wear,
bro. I'm telling you. So, but yeah, definitely, man. I'm gonna have hats and beanies and all that good stuff available for everybody.
And there was confirmation that the customs are 118. The full line of Patriot Force is 112.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah.
Damn, I guess I might have to pick some of those up too then.
Somebody was paying attention.
Isn't Chad's big into 3 3/4, right? Chad, you're gonna have to hit me up like on the side because I have a plethora of 3 3/4 vehicles like tanks, Black Hawk helicopters from 21st century. I have a lot of 21st century figures, and I have quite a few custom dioramas I made for 3 3/4 military stuff that I'd let go relatively at a nice family price if you were interested or know anybody that is, because I'm not doing the 3 3/4 thing anymore. I just can't do all these scales, man. If I go 3 3/4 military again, then I'm gonna be like, well, what's your excuse not to go 3 3/4 Joy Toy? Because those things are amazing, but they're also stupid expensive.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Well, except for those are only $20 though.
Yeah, these are only $20.
That's not. Yeah, those are $20. But go and get like the other ones with the mechs and the like.
See, you're talking about the future, yeah.
Or Joy Toy Warhammer.
See that? Yeah. So we tried. I tried multiple times dibbling with Warhammer. It didn't work. I gave up on it. I'm like, I'm gonna give it one more try. I saw they were doing the World War II figures. I'm like, all right, put it up there. Like order after order after order. I'm like, holy shit, did I order enough? Like, damn. I had to go back. And Ted, did you see Chad's Voltron order that I busted his chops on his?
I did. So I don't know. I guess people don't realize, like, we see every order that comes in because we get excited every time one comes in, or we go, oh geez, how much more work do I have to keep doing today? Like when you think you're done packing orders and then you just get a wave.
That's like, the second thought after the happiness. After that, the Shopify. I don't know if you guys use Shopify or what you use, but so you get the little ching on your phone or whatever.
We love that sound.
Yeah, I love that sound. And then I look and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm happy. Listen, I am happy. One person the other day orders two vans. I'm sorry. They ordered 2 vans, 2 turtle cycles, 2 cheapskates. And I was like, holy shit. And I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be painting a lot. But listen, it's cool. I hit them up. I'm like, appreciate the order. Do you want the turtle cycle and the cheapskate before these, or do you want everything together? And they're like, nah, send me everything together. So I'm like, cool, no problem. So yeah. That's always the second thought. Like, how much more work do I got to do now?
Yeah, that's why I like pre-orders. Like, you see a huge order come in, and you're like, "Uh-oh," and then you're like, "Oh, it's a pre-order. That's Future Be's problem."
That's Future B problem. Yeah, and then Future B gets here like, fuck.
Oh yeah, and then you're up all night, fucking, because you got to get everything out one fucking business day.
Facts.
Just jamming it all out. But
that's why I like weekends. I'm like, yep, don't have to go out till Monday.
Yeah.
You might get lucky. You might get lucky. They'll go out Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying. Monday. Saturday's not a business day.
Yeah, we try to push out as many orders as we can on Saturday, but yeah, when we can't, that clause saves us. It is not a business day.
And to be honest, I really don't want to be that guy that says this because I feel like it's just common sense and it's just like ingrained in us, but I have to because unfortunately there are people that don't understand it, but family comes first, always. So like that's family time. You mean if I decide that I want to ship some stuff because maybe my family's sick or maybe my family's out doing something else or maybe they're working and like you said, I want to, but if not, it's not a business day, So you got to have your time too, man. At the end of the day, there's times that people will hit me up at like 2, 3 a.m. and I'm awake. I'm working. But I sometimes am hesitant about responding back because I don't want to get them accustomed to thinking that you could just hit me up at 3 a.m. and I'm going to respond.
Yeah, the big thing that we have to remember that we deal a lot of with a lot of international people.
So right. So, but that's the clause, right? And I do too. Australia, especially, just even just Europe. You're talking a 5-6 hour difference. So that's different. Because I know that that's the time that they're reaching out to me. And if I don't answer them, then it's going to take a full day for them to answer me when I finally answer them. That's different. But the other ones, like, I feel like until you've been a customer of mine, most people will take advantage of that. Now, let's say, for example, Ted buys Dio from me and he knows I'm up, or like I'll message him at like 11 o'clock at night. I'm not expecting him to respond, but I'm doing it because it's fresh in my head. I'm up. It's my work time. He'll see it when he sees it. But if he responds back, now he's like, cool, this guy's also up at 11. That's great. But I'm hitting him up like, hey, did you want this color? I'm asking about his work, not somebody who's just inquiring. And then they ask me 500 questions at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, now I'm tired. Now I need to go sleep. So it depends, right? It depends. It might be one of those customers that has an emergency or, so I never like to say never. But for the most part, I try to keep it professional as far as like not talking to people after certain hours, because at the end of the day, I also don't, even though it's on you to keep your phone silent or loud or whatever, but I don't want to be that guy that woke you up at 2 a.m. saying, hey, do you like this color?
Yep. Yep. It's fine though. I don't like that's part of the business,
It's part of the business.
You are, whether you like it or not, you're 24-hour customer service.
Basically.
Yeah, boy, do we feel that.
Oh, you're gonna always feel it. That's the one hat that I don't want to wear. That's why, I'm like, can I just like make it big tomorrow so I could like pay people to like, you be my social media person, you be my, like that's what I really want. I just want to do what I want to do, the fun stuff. Or the stuff that no one else can do. But the regular stuff like the shipping and the order fulfilling and the please take it off my hands. The video editing, somebody, you're starting, is your stuff good? Do you want to be do you want to take my content and make it nice and put it on my site and then, help a brother out? Hit me up because God damn, I hate wearing those hats, bro. I hate it. I love talking to people. I love selling the product. I love explaining it. I love teaching. I love trying to give information. I love having conversations. I love all of that. But the other stuff, please, emails, no, I don't want them. Texts, no. Cell phone, I don't even want a cell phone. No, none of that. I just want to research and develop. Research and develop. That's it. That's all I want to do.
No, trust me, we understand that to the max. But yeah. It is what it is.
Somebody's gonna do it, right?
That's right. Hey, Ed, you're getting promoted. We'll drop the contract tomorrow.
Dude, that's the biggest mistake people make. Like, here's another word of advice for everybody: stop trying to be the guy that does everything themselves. Don't do it. Or because I've done it. Do it once, just so you can say, "I did it. I can do it." But now let me pay the guy who does it for a living and who's great at it and can do it in 10 minutes and me not do it in 10 weeks. Right? That's how I feel. If you can pay somebody to do it and it's worth it more, like it's cheaper for me to pay somebody to do soft goods for my figures than for me to waste a whole day because my time is valuable. Right?
Yeah.
So that's just an example. But there's so many other examples that it's like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to pay you to bag and tag stuff for me, so I don't have to do it, and I'll focus on doing the stuff that the other people can't do.
It is time versus money, and if you don't have time, then the money helps, and if you don't have the money, then you better find the time. That's the name.
But money you can always replace. Time you can't get back.
I'm just saying, you use that money to buy your time back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But if you don't have any money, then bye time. Man, I wish I could throw some money snowballs around too, and hire some little kid to come down here and pack these orders, and
that would be fantastic.
Yeah, good luck.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, who cares about child labor laws?
Yeah,
especially if they're yours, right? Like, listen, you want to eat, kid?
Right. Exactly. You say you want to go to.
I'm joking, right? People are like, he's got a sweatshop in his house.
Yeah,
I only have one child, and she's not even 3 yet, so
that's perfect. That's perfect age. Can she walk?
Start to Oh yeah.
Oh, then that's perfect.
Yeah.
Go grab me that box.
I'm trying to get her little art skills going with, introducing her to different things and stuff like that, but I'm also one of those parents that's not going to force onto her what I want her to do, right? Like, if she decides she wants to be the best ballerina ever, cool. I might have to rock a tutu in the house without nobody seeing, just to do tea time with her,
Oh no, you're gonna post that online with your little Duarte
That's
Studios.
true. I don't got no shame. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm pretty damn comfortable in being a nice a-hole. So
gonna have the Duarte tutu line.
Duarte tutus.
Coming to a ballerina near you.
Facts. And if she wants to be a mixed martial artist, yeah,
even better.
Yeah, even better. Even though I don't like the idea of my daughter getting punched in the face, but
I mean, if she's good,
but if she's like Mayweather, then we don't got to worry about it. She could just
hit that bob and weave. Pop, 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 pop.
Most boring defensive fighter ever, but undefeated.
That paycheck says differently.
Yeah, ain't no Tyson though.
Are you gonna watch that?
Jake listen, yes, because it's on Netflix and I already pay for the shit. Now, if this was on pay-per-view, I'd be like, hell no, I'm gonna watch.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's a Netflix. So it's actually not happening no more now, and I think this was intentional. So they said that Tyson had what was it called? Basically some kind of tear or something. I can't think of the name. Maybe somebody in the chat will point it out. But something happened with Tyson that the doctor was like, you could fight, but you got to give it like a few months to heal. So Netflix is the fight is still going to happen, but to fill that slot, of course, his brother came in running his little suck hole, and he was like, yeah, let's do it and see who the best is. So now it's going to be brother versus brother, supposedly, for that night now in July, I think, right? Or whatever it is. So.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I gotta give Logan Paul some credit, man. That dude is he's a talented person, very athletic for what he does. I mean, to go into to be a wrestler, an entertainer in WWE's eyes, to do the things that he's doing untrained, or the short amount of training he's had.
Listen, you can't take it away. Jake Paul could fight. He could fight, like he could box. He can fight. Box. He could throw hits. He's got good form. He could fight. Am I saying he's the best? No. Am I saying he's the worst? Absolutely not. Am I saying that some of the people that he fought were, a little, yeah. But I mean, it was still entertaining. He still knocked people out. I mean, I could think of at least 2 fighters, UFC fighters that he fought that he beat. And it's like Woodley, bro, put that man to sleep.
Oh yeah.
He starched him. He lawn chaired him. It's like folded him out. And I'm like, I don't care. Listen, you couldn't pay me enough to just get knocked out. That's crazy. I'm going to fight you till then, period. But listen, he did it. People are going to hate. Why? Because he came from the YouTube thing, because he was talking shit when he was a kid, because his brother was an idiot doing stuff, in the forest of Japan or whatever it was, and all that debacle and stuff. But let's be honest, what sells the most? Sex and drama, right?
Yeah.
And people take it to their advantage. Now you can sit here and be like, oh, you're this type of channel, or you're that channel, and you do this and you do that. Listen, some people do, and some people don't. And some people, the drama just comes to their door. And some people, they choose it. So you know, I'm not here to judge anybody, but the bottom line is, at the end of the day, those are the two things that sell the most. The happy-go-lucky stuff, nobody cares about that, and it sucks. It's sad, right? Because I would like to be happy-go-lucky, but I think people rather see a man get knocked out than see a man give flowers to his daughter or his wife, or, you know, that kind of stuff. There's people for that, absolutely, but that's not what sells.
All right, well, I mean, I know we're derailing what we're supposed to be talking about, but let's just put it out there. Who you taking? Jake Paul, Mike Tyson?
Jake Paul.
I gotta go Mike, man.
Dude, I want to go with Mike. I love Mike. I actually like Evander more than Mike. Evander was my guy, but I love Mike. I do. I love his little attitude and the way he does his stuff, and I love all that, right? And just like, I'm a monster. I'm a monster. Like, I love it.
Bad man.
He is. He's the baddest man. He is. He's also like 60-something years old.
Yeah,
I don't know what shape.
Did you see his training videos though up to that point?
I did, but
the man still got power.
He does 100%, but I too can put up a bag and do some really nice training for 3 minutes for a little montage video and make it look pretty too. But how winded is he after the fact? There's no way in hell that Mike Tyson's stamina is where Jake Paul's is. Just like
even Mike Tyson's stamina in his prime wasn't. I mean, could he go 15 rounds? Yes, but he's winded after the third round
because he's not used to right. But see, now
one first round, second round knockout type of guy.
I guess the best way to answer that question would be if this was legit, and I'll explain what I mean by that. But if this was legit, I'd say Mike Tyson all day long, because all it takes is one hit. That haymaker is gonna put that man to sleep. That 65-year-old man, them bricks, he'll 100%. You don't lose that. It's like riding a bicycle, right? But because it's who it is, because it's YouTube, because the drama, because this, because that, I don't see Mike Tyson knocking him out, number one. And I definitely don't see Jake Paul knocking out Tyson, only because it would be an embarrassment. It would be, I mean, there's always going to be the people who are like, yeah, you knocked him out because he's 65. You knocked out your grandpa. I want to see your grandpa if he looks anything like. Listen, we're not taking nothing away from Tyson. He's a strong man. He hits hard. He does that. But let's just say hypothetically, they're even keel. Like you said, second, third round, Tyson's out, bro. He's out. Yeah. He's dropping his arm, and you know he's throwing one or two haymakers. Like, look at how tired Tyson looked when he fought. I can't think of his name now. This guy, like, what was it, 2 years ago or whatever, and they fought, and it looked like he was taking his hits real easy. It looked like an exhibition fight. And if that's any tell on what this is going to be, he stands no chance. But now, if that exhibition fight, again, because of money, was intentional, and here's a jab, here's a hook, you know, whatever, and now he's like, oh, watch me, you know? Well, yeah, I've always, see, he might not. That might be a clause, too. Just saying, like, biting's allowed. Roy Jones, that's who. Yep, Roy Jones, the junior. So yeah, in a perfect world, I would definitely say Tyson, but this is going to be controversial because that's what's going to sell. So Tyson's going to take that out. And I tell you one thing: if they try to pull that BS like they did with Roy Jones, where it was equal, we tied, I'm punching my TV screen and I'm never watching the sport ever again, because at that point, like, everything's rigged. You know, like at that point, everything might as well be WWE. Just saying. Yeah. And that's okay too. And like, even knowing that this guy's gonna win or lose, I still want to see it. It's still entertaining. You know, a ballerina is gonna do her little pirouette, but you still want to see it, right? You know, a soccer player is gonna kick a ball, but you still want to see it. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because I'm a big Stone Cold fan. I'm a Attitude Era guy. But if Tyson wins, then like Jake Paul's career is kind of like done in a way. It's kind of like, oh, you lost to the 65-year-old man. Oh, but he was Tyson. Oh, because now we're moving the goalpost. So no matter who wins or loses, there's always going to be some drama, but I don't see Tyson coming out a winner at all. And if they do the whole tie thing, it's like, it's a joke at that point. Because with the Roy Jones thing, you're like, really? You tied with him? Like, okay, cool. I get it. Nice exhibition, pal.
Pretty much. Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. Go ahead.
Well, I thought we've been going through the chat for an hour.
That was the
I don't
chat.
know if you're aware of that. We've been going through the chat. That's what we've been doing. Well, here, so this is what we'll do. Let's bang out these last few real quick, and because the viewership has doubled since we started, we're gonna pull up the site again, and you can throw out another pitch, show off the wares, and then we'll
Awesome sauce.
wrap this stuff up. But
inaccurate weapons, yeah, that would suck.
yeah. Unboxing Art says, Duarte is the man. Your 1/12 scale dip work is insane.
I think he meant Dio.
Dio. Okay.
I'm like, dip work. I don't dance, bro. Hold up.
Put your hand
You
up.
throwing singles at me?
He says he loves your Legions Con stuff.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, I usually bring out all the stops at Legions Con. I get the big dios and all the massive stuff that I've been working on throughout the year, and like the little dios that I don't show off, because now I'm at this point where I feel like if I show off dios that are like finished, like, oh, this will be at the con, I'm gonna get 14 messages like, I'll buy it now. So I don't want to tempt that, because then I'll show up at the con with nothing.
Yeah. And then Jeff Morris was asking about the Joy toy figures and how good they were. Inutabi did a review on one of these. I don't know if it was this specific one, but they're all essentially the same. So go check out Inutabi's review, and maybe that can help you with making a decision. And if you like them, come, we ship that shit out.
Yesterday.
Yeah. And then I guess James Lucas has one question. If we have not covered it, what would be an average price for a 1/18 scale dio?
That's a really it's a hard question to answer because, and I'll give you an example. A DTOF size dio, which is about 15 by 15 by 15 squared, I start those at $200, and that's in 12 scale. Now in 18 scale, I guess that it would be the same thing. It would start at 200 depending. Do you want this to be multi-level? How big do you want it? How small? How much detail? Is it just a facade? Do you want full dio finished all the way around? So it really, really depends. You might ask me for something that's so small that like, I'm not going to charge you $200 for that. Or you might want something big. So it all really just depends. It's time and material, really. The scale really has nothing to do with it other than the material, right? The bigger it is, more material I need. But it's hard for me to answer with that. The best way to answer those questions would be for you to like message me and say, here's a real world scene. Like maybe it's a picture of a forest, and I'm just throwing this out there, right? Like a mountainside or something. Like, how much would you charge to do this? And I want it to fit. This is my footprint, 16 inches by 12 by 10, or I have 10 feet or 14 feet. So it all really depends on what exactly it is that I'm doing and how big it's going to be.
Awesome. I'm going to put a link up to your site here in the chat, and then let's take a look at this one more time for anybody that missed it at the beginning.
Awesome.
Share the screen here, and then there you go. That's everything that it comes with, correct?
That's the deluxe. So
Okay,
basically,
deluxe.
if you get the standard or the regular, you're going to get one oil drum, which would be one of the ones on the right, because they're the same drum basically. You're going to get one of the ones on the right automatically. For those of you that pre-order before the 15th, you're going to get that second drum right next to it for free. So 2 drums. If you do the deluxe version, then you literally get everything you see in that picture there. The extra drums with all the battle damage, the brakes, all that. So you essentially get the bonus round of the drums in this level for that extra 50. And I will post it on the site tomorrow for the people that were asking about just buying the drums by themselves. Those will be $75, and I'll have them on the site tomorrow. So you save some if you get them with the dio, but if not, if you want to do your own thing, or maybe you were one of those that bought my DIY kit and you want to buy the drums, I'll do that too. And I'll also offer them as a DIY. So they'll be even cheaper than $75 if you want to just get them black and paint them yourself.
Awesome. And then when are you closing the pre-order window?
June 30th. June 30th at midnight. So a full month. This way, go through a few different pay cycles, and that's why I did it just $50 up front, whether you go with one option or the other. And then you can either pay as you go or pay me when I hit you up the week before I finish them, and, go from there. I'm very easy, very flexible to payments. If you're one of those people that needs, even more time, just DM me. That's all. DM me. Transparency. Keep it clean. Keep it 100 with me with everything, and I'll do the same, and we're good. I don't care if I got to hold it for 6 months for you. It's fine. It's not that big a deal.
That's awesome. And so $50 down. secures one of these for you, and you're talking, you said late July, August, or August, September? That's what
No,
you're
July,
releasing.
August.
July,
Late
August?
July, August. Yep.
That's exciting, man. That's a really quick turnaround for
And I
making
try
maybe
to
30 of these.
right, and I try to do that intentionally because I'm like, if you don't have a problem waiting a year plus, sometimes even more for something that you paid up front for, you shouldn't have a problem paying $50 and waiting 3 months, 2 months. You know what I mean? A month and a half, depending. You know, I might next month when this is over, I might have a whole week where I literally have nothing to do other than this, and some of you might even get Dio sooner. So, you know, basically, I'll reach out to you guys once I'm like a week away from finishing them, just to give you a heads up. Like, hey, I'm gonna start, emailing people out so they can send the payments, and I can ship these things out, and go from there. And I usually do like the 30-day thing, right? There's some people, like I still have one customer, just one out of all the turtle vans, that never emailed me back telling me if they have their own van, if they need me to get them a van, what the deal is. So once I'm actually done with them, I give everybody that 30 days. Like, listen, it's done. If I don't hear from you at all, I got to assume something happened, because within 30 days of not emailing somebody back, that's a little strange, right? But I'm also not that guy that's like, hey, I finished it today. Oh, you can't pay me tomorrow? Fine, I'm going to sell it to somebody else. Absolutely not,
And so, in regards to someone like James Lucas who might be looking for a commission while you're doing all this, are you still open for a one-off project here and there, or are you closed?
I am. I don't, and that's the weird thing. I have no idea how people do customs or dios or just anything that would be that people would commission them for and have commissions closed. That's crazy to me, because either you have so many that you don't know what to do with and you're set, or like maybe you just don't want to deal with people, or maybe you're super selective, which is cool. I keep mine open all the time because I'll straight tell you I'm not going to do it, or I don't want to do it, or I'll tell you. There's another example. I don't want to close the door on somebody wanting to get work done, but I'll say something along the lines of like, listen, Ted, I can do that dial for you. This is the price I would charge. And you're like, cool, let's get started. I just want you to understand, cool, I'll take money up front, deposit to guarantee that I start, but I'm not going to start it for 3 weeks because I have A, B, and C that I have to do first. They paid, they come first. And once they're done, you've basically paid your spot. You're next. But a lot of times I'll get customers that are like, oh, well, I'll hit you up in 3 weeks. Cool. Well, now the wait's 6 weeks. Now it's 2 months because I got hit up by 5 other people who did the same thing. So lock it in, basically. Or tell me, like some guys will tell me, I'm in no rush. I'm actually flying out to you in 6 months. Can I pick it up then? Cool. I'm not going to start until 5 months from now, because I don't want to take up space in my shop while I'm trying to work on all these other things. So I'm always open for commissions. I'm just going to either take them or deny them, right? A lot of times a customer will say, how much for dial work? And I already have like a copy paste thing set up because I got tired of doing it over and over and over and over again. Like telling people specifics, be as specific as possible. Name, email, phone number, what you want, super specific, meaning this is the real estate. I need to know the size we have to work with. What scale are we doing? And then send me reference pictures of what you want, or tell me like, oh, I don't have a picture of a castle, but I want a castle wall. I want a tree, and I want, a balcony. Okay, cool. Then I'll rebuttal back. You want a round balcony, square balcony, rectangular balcony? Do you want gray walls, white walls, black walls? Those types of things, because I've only ever had maybe a handful of customers that were so good on point that they would be like, I'm looking for a Ken Dio stage. I got 24 inches by this inch, and I want these colors and this and this. And I love that because you take away all my guesswork. Otherwise, I'm going to be messaging you back for 2 hours, asking you all these questions that you should have told me, or maybe you didn't know, which is okay. But that's how you learn, right? When you go to an architect to build a house, you have no idea other than I'd like to have 3 bedrooms. I'd like to, okay, cool. And then the architect kind of comes in and does his architect thing. So I do the same thing, but the more detailed you are, the better I'm going to be able to say, here's your quote versus, oh, I charge 200 for dials. And then you come and you're like, well, I have this 8-foot table. That's not $200.
But
so
you said it was $200.
Exactly. And that's what we want to try to avoid. So the more detailed you are, the better. Just think of me as your architect, where I will make whatever you want, however you want. And if you're unsure, then that's where I come in and I tell you, here's some examples. Here are your options. This is your best option, your better option, your okay option. We're not going to go anything under okay because that's considered cutting corners. And at that point, take it somewhere else.
Awesome. And so I just flashed up the sheer screen there of your commissions page on your site. So you guys can go to the website. You don't need to DM him or blow him up or anything. You can just fill out that form right there, and then he'll get back to you.
I just saw the message too.
God damn. Well, hey, I'm doing well for about to be unemployed guy. Things are.
Why are you being unemployed? Whose cherries did you piss in?
Oh no, I put in my 2-week notice on my job, so tomorrow's my last day.
Was it full 2 weeks though?
Yeah.
Oh, usually they get pissed and they're like, you don't gotta come in.
Oh, I wish, but I run the place, so
So now what? You gonna ship full time? Ship 2 weeks in advance?
I'm gonna try this part-time work and be really, really poor. Change our lifestyle a little bit, and try to put the rest of the energy into the hella dope and the YouTubes, and
that's good.
See if we can get more eyeballs on the website, because that's the one thing keeping us back, is there's not enough traffic to the site, and all our customers are amazing. And usually if you buy something from us, you become a repeat customer.
Right.
That's fairly consistent. And I just need more of those people to come try for the first time. But
well, you figured it out already, because that's a big thing I tell people all the time. What's the key to success? It's not even being good. Who said it? Lil Wayne, right? Be good or be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's
so put in that work, man.
We'll see. We'll see if it pays off. Like I said, I'm gonna be a lot happier. I'll tell you that.
And if you're not, and if it's not where you want it to be, outwork the next man.
Yeah.
Hard work will trump anything, even talent.
I agree 100%. And
there's so many people that are lazy because they're talented. Imagine if they actually put themselves out there and actually put in effort and time. Oh my God, it'd be unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good decision. I think right now you're going to take a small little L in the beginning, like any business owner does when they're trying to raise this baby, right? Yeah. But then you're going to get to that point where you're like, man, I should have done this shit 10 years ago.
I hope so. And then I'm hoping I can convince Aaron to join me on the other side.
You never know. I mean, that's the ultimate goal,
we'll
right?
Happy over here, Aaron. Maybe we'll be happy making minimum wage pay and doing hella dope full time, and only working
happiness
30
is
hours
worth
a week.
Tenfold. What's it matter if you're killing yourself working and you have no time for nothing and you're just depressed and pissed off all the time?
I agree. I'm running out of time, man. That clock is ticking. I am 41, pushing 42. It's time to make a move, or I'm just sitting here talking shit,
Right.
Like, I need to.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. It is.
Listen, you guys already have it down packed. You got a fan base. You got people that you take care of your customers, fast shipping, transparency, the whole nine, like everything the way a place should be. The only thing you're missing is the time invested, and obviously being able to do so. Now you can actually get into more lines and more things and more product and all the stuff you want to do. But like I say, in order to get to Z, you got to go through the entire alphabet, right?
Mm-hmm.
It might not be fun, but learn from it.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm looking forward to being a grunt and not being responsible for 60 people and having to solve the world's problems and not worry about my own. And I'm just going to stare at a wall all day and just think. I'm going to think of funny Moss Man videos, or think of a fun little spreadsheet that we could make that's going to make our time more efficient, or some bullshit like that, because I can't think of anything.
It's got to start somewhere, bro.
While I'm there, man. Like, that's 10 to 12 hours a day of thinking of nothing but solving their shit. And then when I come home, I'm just like, I don't even know what the fuck just happened to me. You think I'm fucking solving anything after all that? No.
Nope. Going to sleep and starting this BS all over again tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
And freedom. Freedom's worth it.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm very curious.
I want to go to 7-Eleven right now, and I'm gonna do
it. Fucking go.
I'm gonna drink on the job because I'm home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the perks to hella dope. We don't have a hard policy against that yet,
As long as you're functional and you don't have an actual problem, it's fine. It's fine. Now, when you start cutting your finger off, trying to cut foam, then that's a problem. We don't get there. I'm trying, Collect. I'm trying to talk to everybody.
Ted, you're a youngin', man.
Clock's ticking, man. Drank too much, smoked too much, man. TikTok, borrowed time.
and excitement for more Mossman videos.
So the conversation the chat was having last week about doing something with Mossman similar to Space Ghost Coast to Coast, that idea has really resonated with me. I'm just trying to find an actual way to pull it off. But man, you guys got me thinking about some stuff. So
there you go. See, a lot of the times they do the work for us. We're sitting there, like you said, what do I do? What do I do? Ask your fans. What do they want to see you do? Yeah. As long as it's short from, streaking and getting like in trouble with the law, I'm down.
Yeah, that was my idea.
No, sorry. I can't work from behind bars,
That's fair.
And then there's like a playground like around my dude. You know how much trouble you would get? Like there's kids. Like no.
Yeah. Well,
like Meatloaf. I'll do anything but that.
But I won't do that.
I still want to know what he won't do. What is it that he won't do? I want to know.
He won't do that.
What's that? Somebody tell me.
That's what it is.
I don't know. But we're about at 2 hours here. So Duarte, what would you like to promote? I know you have social media, a website, and a YouTube channel that I didn't know about until yesterday. So I am now a proud subscriber of your channel.
Thank you.
Looking forward to that. But what do you got out there for the people?
Instagram, Duarte Studios. Facebook, I have it too, but I barely go on the Facebook Duarte Studios page because it's usually just Facebook in general has become like a total toxic shit show, and I hate using the toxic word, but I just put that out there because that's the lingo these days, right? It would be like saying I don't have any Riz. Yeah, whatever, bro. So Facebook barely, not really, but definitely Instagram, especially if you want to like hit me up directly, or the website, duartestudios.com, and I have the commissions thing there with the emails. Any questions, you can reach out. I never ever get back to somebody after 24 hours. Like I usually get within 24 hours and sometimes right away. If you're during like regular hours, like regular meaning like anytime 9 a.m. till like 8 p.m., you'll probably get a response from me within the hour. If it's after that, it's a hit and miss, because I'm either being a dad or I'm so busy deep in carving and doing this that I laser focus. I have to like put my phone on silent now, and I put on music that I know is just going to stay on for a few hours, and it's like putting those blinders on, and I don't want to be bothered. I close my door. I tell my wife, keep my daughter from coming here knocking on the door for these next few hours. Act like I'm at work, because I would love to play, but 10 minutes turns into 10 minutes. That turns into 3 hours that I didn't do nothing, and I can't do that. So I have to focus sometimes, and I won't even see my phone. If it's an emergency, knock on my door. If it's not, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Awesome. You want to hit our teleportation device? Like, hey, got an idea for you.
I can't wait for teleportation, bro. I can't. I hate traffic. I'll click my heels all day. All day. I wish I was home.
We'll give you. We'll send you the diagram that we came up with.
I'm with it. I'm down.
Aaron, what do you have to promote?
Oh man,
being a Black Knight.
That's tough, man. my son is trying to understand the ways. I'm like, you haven't gone through life to understand that yet. We are dwindling down on wave 3 of AWOCs. So if you need some of those AWOCs in preparation for wave 4, go ahead and grab those. We still got lots of wrestler figures over here. We did get a restock on the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man that was ordered a year ago.
Yeah.
So those did come in.
It's a quick pre-order.
I know, right? And then, just be prepared for Cosmic Legions. That's the new word on the street.
Yeah, they drop. It should be coming out soon, right?
The 13th.
Nice. Oh, that's the street date, the 13th.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome. That all you got, Aaron? Okay.
That's all you got.
Ooh, well, if you guys enjoyed this show, leave a like, put up a comment if you're watching the replay, show Duarte some love. Go pre-order that Ken Dio. You're going to be mad if you don't. And then you're going to be like, dang, I don't even own a Ken. Go to helladopetoys.com and buy a Ken. And then you won't look foolish. And you know what? If you want, I'll wait. I'll wait until he's done with the Dio, and I'll ship your Ken when he ships the Dio, that way
I got a Dio with then
space.
78 points. They'll be like, yo, I thought the figures didn't come with the Dio.
It's like a combo meal,
Right, the 2-piece.
Yeah.
Hit him with that 2-piece.
But go to helladopetoys.com, go to helladopetoys on all social media, and yeah, I think that's it. Next week is Father's Day, and Aaron and I are going to sit around in our underwear and tell children to get off our lawns.
Sadly, I'll be at work.
And that's it.
I'm not working, yo. I told myself, I'm like, this is going to be the first day in like 30 years that I don't do anything. I told my wife, I was like, I want to become one with my love sack couch.
How are those? How is that? Is that nice?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you.
Okay, well, can I just come over and test it out?
Yes, you can. Let me tell you something. I have 100-pound pit bull. Okay, my Rexy Poo, love him. Right, he's got claws. He's got all that, and we take care of him every month. Gets a shower, his nails done, the whole nine. But those of you know, like leather gets scratched. Like these couches have been beat up, they've been laid on, they've been rolled over on, they've been, and the best thing is you can unzip them and actually wash them. So like every 2-ish months we'll wash them unless there's like a spill or something of the sort. But my wife, was it for Mother's Day? Maybe. She decided to give herself a gift, a little tax money thing, and she got the bean bag from Lovesac, like the family sized one.
Yeah, this is big.
My daughter loves that bean. She comes up to me and she's like, bean bag. Like, dude, I wrestle, like I suplex, I power bomb, like I'm doing moves, like I'm picking her up, and I'm just, dude, I'm almost 200 pounds, and I jumped off of the top of my bed onto this thing on my back, like the trust fall. It was like falling on a cloud. You don't even touch the floor. I'm like, this thing is amazing. And then when it finally like blows itself out from, the vacuum seal stuff and whatever, and it spreads itself out, it's literally like laying on a round queen size bed. It's amazing, but super pricey. It took us like good 2 years to pay off that whole couch, the whole sectionals and all that stuff. But the thing is, like, it's still the same. I can get new covers if I want to. They warranty the pads for life. So like if it starts to get saggy and whatever, here you go, take it back. And now the new ones, they come with Bose speakers, and like I want to feel that rumbling on my bum when I'm watching a fight scene. Trying to get that massage in.
Yeah, I was actually getting ready to ask, did you have any of those speaker sets? But
no, I don't yet. I don't. No, I only have the fanciest one I have is where the top pillow is attached to like the board, and it comes off, and it's like a spot you can put, quilts or just, a little storage. But that's it. Nothing too fancy other than you can just move them around wherever you want. I love the Lego concept, right? Like you can have them this way. You can do whatever. So it's definitely worth the money, but it's expensive, bro. Definitely wait till they have like a Memorial Day or where they do like a 30% off and like no interest for 2 years. Like that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Oh man, that sounds nice. And now
you guys come over though.
Something.
Yeah,
we're gonna come over.
Have a barbecue.
We're gonna come to Jersey.
I'm down. I got a balcony. We could barbecue, drink, whatever, bro. It's cool. We're adults.
Well, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And
my pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
Next drop, man. Make sure you come back, man. Well, I'll put you. I'm
letting you guys know right now. The next pre-order style drop that I'm gonna do is gonna be killer.
Ooh, all right, we're waiting. You're always welcome back here.
I'll be back.
And yeah, thank you.
Thanks for sticking it out, Thor, and everybody else for coming in. And again, my apologies for being late and having to deal with life, but it's what they threw at me.
It happens. We will see all you guys next week for Father's Day. Love you all.